Today you're going to learn how to create a bibliography for a science assignment in a Google Doc at the International School of Amsterdam. Now here is a Google Doc, just a sample assignment that I've created to show you. At the top I can click on add-ons and you'll see I've got the EasyBib bibliography creator. If you don't already have that, you'll need to click on get add-ons, then search for EasyBib. And then I've already got it installed, but you'll be able to install it here. Right, once you've got EasyBib installed, you've written your assignment, you need to first create sort of a database of the different sources that you have used. Now, let's say, for example, I've used 3 different sources to write this assignment. I click on Manage Bibliography, and it opens this panel on the side. Now, the first thing to do is the style we're going to change. Instead of using MLA, we're going to use a style called Nature Publishing Group Vancouver. This is a scientific style of bibliography that is used by the science journal Nature. Now, once I've got that, I can start searching for the sources that I've used. Let's say, for example, I've used the textbook called Complete Physics by Stephen Popple. So I write the name of the title of the book and the author, and I'll see at the top, Complete Physics by Stephen Popple, published in 1999. So I click on Select, and you'll see that adds it now to my bibliography. Let's say I used another book. It's a biology study guide written by Andrew Allott. Biology Study Guide, written by Andrew Allott, 2014. Okay, so again, I click on Select, and it adds it again to my list of different sources. Now, let's say I also used a website. The best way of doing this is to put in the website URL. So I'll go to the website. Here, as an example, I've got the National Health Service from the UK homepage, and I can just paste that in, and it comes up here, NHS Choices homepage, and I can select that. Okay, so I've now got my 3 different sources. I've written my assignment, and so all I have to do is click Add Bibliography to Doc, and it adds the bibliography. I'm just going to give it a bit more space here below the assignment. Now what I need to do is I need to indicate in the text where I've used information from each of these sources. Now remember, whenever you write something in your assignment that refers to data or information that you have not collected or discovered yourself, you need to reference where you first got that information, unless, of course, it is considered what's called common knowledge. Now, let's say this first sentence here, I got the information in this sentence from the website NHS Choices homepage. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a superscript 1 to show that it's my first reference. I just write the 1 and then I can click on superscript, and you'll see it makes it a superscript 1. Now what I need to do, because EasyBib puts these automatically in alphabetical order because it doesn't know which order they're going to appear in the text. So I put NHS Choices homepage at the top, I give it the number 1, and so that's what's been referred to by this superscript 1 in the text. Now let's say the second sentence, the information in that I got from 2 different sources. Let's say I got the information from the NHS Choices homepage, and I also got the information from the Complete Physics textbook. In this case, I'm going to do a 1, 2. This is 2 different sources. Make that superscript. And now, because Popple is the second source that I'm using, that's going to go, that's going to go in the second place in my bibliography. So that's going to go up here, and that's going to get the number 2. Okay. Now let's say this sentence, I got the information there from the biology study guide. This is going to get the number 3 because it's the third source. And then because this is the third source, this reference now gets the number 3. Okay. Now, remember, the idea is every sentence where you include information that you have got from one of these sources, you need to include the source at the end of the sentence. So many of your sentence will have a source at the end. So let's say, for example, this second sentence, I got that from the NHS Choices homepage. Now I give again a superscript number 1, okay, because it was the first source that I used in my whole assignment. Okay, and then, for example, let's say this sentence here, if it used all 3 sources, I would do 1, 2, 3, make all of these superscript, and I don't need to add anything here because I've already used these sources. Right, the last thing to do is to just check through the bibliography and just check that the formatting has been done as you would hope. Now, for the URL here, I'm not going to include all the HTTP and www, and I'm also not going to include this at the end. And also you can see accessed 7th of February, so that's the date that I accessed the web page. Now there's no space between the February and the 2017, so I'm just going to put a space in there. If I look through the other sources, they all seem to be good. So as far as I can see, I've completed my assignment, I've added my bibliography, and I've added in the referencing in the text that refers to the bibliography. I hope you've learned something. Thank you.